Good evening. 3,801 days until I am 40 today. Um, Late to do this today. I have been pretty sick actually, but it's not that bad. Had a little headache, got a nap, got some soup. Lovely, very lovely sandwich and soup today. Much appreciation to my wife. It's gonna go live. Meanwhile, just been texting back and forth among people in the Bitcoin space to really try to make a deal happen. Particularly, Muslim brother reached out. They were like, "Hey, I have some Bitcoin. I want to expand my business. I want to see if you can help me do like a halal murabaha loan on my Bitcoin so that I can purchase this business, get cash flowing, and not have to give up, my Bitcoin and risk it." So, been reaching out back to lenders that I know, people that I worked with who do lend traditionally against Bitcoin, and seeing how open they are to like an adjustment to the structure, something to really make this work. And been walking into different areas of controversy as well, because like people are like, wait, but Bitcoin is money. How do you do financing of money with money? Very interesting topic actually, and at least from an Islamic finance standpoint. Um, the question of whether Bitcoin is money or not money. And I know it's like a topic that people avoid as well, at least some scholars avoid in the space, for the volatility. It's risky. They don't want to endorse it. It might compete with their national, with national interests of their nations. But I have a more simple perspective on it. It's like if it's volatile and not stable, it's not really used as a medium of exchange, and therefore it is not money, at least not yet. It's intended to be, and I do believe one day it should and can. And we need to develop and work on the tools um, that will allow and enable it to get to stability and adoption enough to be used as money. Now, if it's not money, now that's more interesting, because if it's not money, then it's a commodity like oil, for example, or gold or silver, or just in the way that we mine commodities and just trade them on the market. And we try to set some prices because they're volatile so that we can actually go and conduct business with them. Um, that's my current perspective. Bitcoin is a commodity. It's got the same like volatility structure, and especially in North America and Europe, where it's there's capital gains tax on Bitcoin. It makes the exchange of it on a day-to-day basis really literally impossible. Now, if you're in Dubai or somewhere else, okay, now you can actually use it a bit more. You're not taxed on every transaction. The incentive to use it as money actually is a bit more present, but still, like, it's not as stable as other foreign exchanges. Foreign currencies that you might actually treat it like a foreign exchange trade. Where you have to do everything on spot. Um, Mind you, I'm still learning. I This whole process is fascinating. It's interesting. I'm learning a lot, and opinion may develop further over time. But specifically, trying to get this thing done for this brother, connecting back to a lender. It's like a 100K deal, and effectively, instead of charging an interest rate over time, what we're trying to do is just, hey, it's a repurchase agreement. So repurchase agreements are pretty common. You basically sell and then buy back, or at a later time. It's not considered a like in for tax purposes. It still qualifies as a loan, and yet for risk purposes and Islamic finance perspectives, it is considered a true sale and repurchase, because the the risk of loss, or the risk of the asset itself, lies with the buyer. So the person who is putting up the funds, the Bitcoin would be put up in escrow, and basically, if Bitcoin goes to zero, the buyer is the one that actually takes on that risk. Now, that's what traditional lenders don't want to take on. They're scared to take on, um, and they want something in place to prevent that or avoid that. the ones that I'm working with are more long Bitcoin, so it's less of a concern, but still, like, there's like and that's where you'll see traditional loans go with 50% loan to value. They'll start at like giving you 50% of your Bitcoin, and they'll liquidate you at 95%. Like if Bitcoin drops by basically 45 to 50%, that's when they will liquidate, sell the assets, and then cash out and basically be risk free. See, I think that is the biggest component that distinguishes between like whether it's going to be halal. And I'll take this further to be like it's non-usurious, because then it becomes a bit more of an inclusive conversation. I do notice in that a lot of Christians actually as well have an issue with usury and see Bitcoin as as freedom money, and which is why a lot of like right way Christians are big supporters of Bitcoin. It's fascinating when you really participate in all the different communities and where Bitcoin can actually connect across. Honestly, it does. I've met some of the most diverse people in communities with different ideas through Bitcoin, and I'm very grateful. Anyway, um, I didn't mean to ramble this long on it, but I guess this is also a way that I sell. I will just get into the nitty gritty sometimes just to show my passion for the area that I'm working in or what I'm considering. But I did commit to doing like a little sales pitch or sales practice, and then it helps me rewatch and redo it again. We'll see how it goes. Um, Actually, this is my first time recording myself doing it. I've been recommended to do it before, and now I will do it. Let's just adjust this a bit so I can see myself a little better and the script. Okay. So we ring, pick up the phone. Hello, Joe. My name is Adefa, and I go by Code. We are building a Bitcoin-backed lending practice earning 10 to 14%. How are you feeling today, and do you have a moment? I assume he'd give me a response. It's actually more fun to do this with a partner. I did do that before, but we'll another time. So thank you for your time. We're currently managing $1 million worth of loans. They may be too small for your firm, but I had to call and ask to see if you've been considering this market at all. Our customers tend to be miners, traders, and business owners who use lending as a way to hedge against Bitcoin price volatility. Leaving it a bit more open-ended, I want more conversation in these calls. Next paragraph. It's funny, I actually ask everyone I meet these days what their sentiment towards Bitcoin is: positive, negative, or neutral. We've had a lot of our clients from our previous car finance practice interested and feeling positive, but I want to know how you felt. This one, I'm not sure. It's a bit more political leaning, but it might work or might not, but I left it in here. So with Trump in office, I'd say there's at least 4 more years of good energy in this market for crypto and Bitcoin. And I dare say even the Democrats understand the importance of this niche. Politics aside, though, it is making good money. Curious to know your thoughts. Another line to kind of get towards a bit more of a closing. Again, it's supposed to be a conversation. Hey, I'd like to hear more about how you got started in your business and where you're seeing the next opportunity. I hear private equity is overpriced these days with the markets tumbling, and there's nothing like there's nothing like returns from buying a well-operated business. What I'm trying to avoid questions, but I don't know. We'll see as I actually use this into the real world. I'm in Vancouver, so if you're ever up here, please give me a shout. And I'd like to ask if I can follow up on this conversation in a week or a month. I'm actually in Dallas, Vegas, and Dubai this summer, just running around the whole Bitcoin circuit. And I'll send you a deck. Maybe you can follow me on X as well. I can give you a follow and a like. And I post every day. Love to stay connected. So that is my pitch practice for today. I will see and report on how this goes and where the conversations lead, and it will evolve from here. Thank you for listening tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. How do I end this?